You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the only one media group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what's going on? I'm your host, dini-mussolini. What's up? How is it going and how are you doing? All right, so put your problem-solving computer to work. Hey, what are you talking about, Dini? Well, are you facing a perplexing problem? Or is there some goal that seems completely out of reach? You have within you the solution to the problem or the plan of action for reaching your goal. And here's how to assess it. Start by completely defining the situation as you now know it. Write down all aspects of it in detail. If it's a problem, list all the possible solutions that you've considered and why each one isn't ideal. Then make a list of why you need to solve this problem and what would improve in your life if you did. If it's a goal, write down every detail of what you want. For example, if your goal is to start your own business, describe the business. Be as detailed as you can, as possible, about the product or the service or the music that you will offer. How many employees that you need, what kind of facilities, equipment, or finances will be necessary, or could you just run it all out of your home? Next, make a list of all the obstacles standing in your way. And finally, write down why you want to start this business. Then after you have thoroughly analyzed your situation, put everything away and forget about it. Hand the job over to your subconscious mind with the full confidence that you will receive an answer. Do something fun, relaxing, stimulating. Go shopping at the mall. Take a dive into the pool. Whatever floats your boat. Take your mind off the situation. Then be ready for an answer. It will come within a day or two. You will get one and you need to be open to it. You may even get 10. Who knows? Don't discard any crazy thoughts. Rather, explore everything that comes to mind. Your answer will very well come in the most unexpected form. This really works. Your mind has an amazing ability to integrate information and provide useful, meaningful solutions if you will just let it. Sometimes we get so caught up in worrying and analyzing that there's no energy left for true thinking. Give your mind the opportunity to think every once in a while, and you'll be amazed at the results. Take it from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and you already know, word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, it feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos and starseeds, and 2 times for my people who are vegans. We are averaging over 34,000 plus listeners, and we've been at this for 3 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we're still growing, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on the show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens, or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at theradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. And with that, hello out there, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, Vigilantes Radio. Thank you again, as always, for tuning in and being a part of our audience family. You know the number to dial. It's 701-801-9813 to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in and mix directly from my website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. Scroll over to the Vigilantes Radio tab and slap that Go Live button, and you'll be right here live in the mix with all of us, or in the chat room. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here. And as always, all episodes are available for free download. You can grab that from Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
Well, I don't want to keep you guys waiting any longer, so let's go ahead and dive deep into this interview, shall we? Oh, yeah. So tonight's interview is the Darryl Rahn interview, and I'm your host, dini-mussolini. All right, so our interviews go beyond the music, the books, the movies, the businesses, and into the minds of the artists and people who create it. From researching our special invited guests, relentlessly mining for every detail, and listening to everything we can, our interviews are designed to bring out the best answers possible through thought-provoking questions that have real substance. So a sincere, warm welcome to Darryl Rahn to our show tonight. We will have an absolutely amazing time talking with him about his new record, Everything Is Fine, his Miami background, and conversations. What I'm talking about, Miami background. See, that's where my mind is now. It's back in Miami. I just left Miami. All right, so point being, I'm sure he has a lot of incredible things to say here tonight, and I don't want to give too much away. So with that, let's go ahead and welcome him to our show. Darryl, you're now live in the mix with all of us. How are you doing? How's it going? And how are you feeling?
Hey, I'm good. I'm feeling good. You know, it's Wednesday night.
Definitely.
So I'm just hanging out, you know.
Yes, sir. So did I get your last name correct?
Ron, yeah.
Ron, got you. All right, cool deal. So, how's the weather where you at?
It's good now. I'm in Brooklyn right now. So yeah, it's real nice. Where are you at right now?
Right now, I'm back home in Mississippi. We have bipolar weather. One day it's hot, next day it's cold, next day it's raining.
Yeah, that's here too, so don't feel so bad.
All right, awesome. All right, man, so big shout out to you. Thank you, man. Much appreciation for you taking your time to be here with us.
Yeah, thank you.
No doubt, man, behind the screens and the microphone to talk it out with us. For those people out there that haven't heard your music yet, tell us about your sound from your own perspective. What is it that you're doing right now through the universal language of music?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just, I guess, you know, if I'm going to define it in a genre, it would be indie folk or something of that nature. But basically, I'm just trying to take everything I listen to and put my own spin on it. So I mean, I listen to all sorts of stuff nowadays. So it's hard for me to pinpoint exactly what I'm doing. But I'm just trying to write honest songs that sound like me as a person, you know. So I don't know. Sometimes that falls sounding like a band like Guster or Dawes or something. Sometimes it sounds like Weezer. You know, it's all over the place sometimes. But I try to keep it just honest and candid.
Cool deal. So lyrics must have to be very important to you. But what we want to know is how important is expressing yourself, your emotions, and your passions in these songs that you write?
Yeah, I mean, lyrics are definitely number one for me at this stage. But yeah, I mean, I'd say it's very important. I don't like to release anything or even finish anything if it doesn't feel honest or it doesn't feel worthy of talking about, you know. So I try to actually write about what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what I'm actually concerned about in the moment, and trying to portray that correctly. So yeah, it's very important to me, and lyrics are the best way to get that across, I feel like.
Definitely. So you just released a new record, Everything Is Fine. But please tell our listeners what it's like to assemble a new project, you know, getting all the right instruments, composing the music, the features, the legal stuff, having to gather a whole bunch of songs together for a brand new album. And believe me, for those that don't already know what it's like, you'll be surprised at just how much needs to happen. So give our listeners, you know, a clue, like, you know, your step by step and how you built Everything Is Fine.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. I think, for me at least, I won't even start thinking about most of the list you just made until the songs are all completely there in my head. So I'm not one of those people that can go into a studio and do a bunch of writing, you know, on the spot, and then what you do that day is what's on the record. I can't work like that. So I like to have everything completely plotted out. You know, like every song is right where I want it, just with me and a guitar, and then I'll start to, you know, get my friends together that I play with live, and we'll arrange the other parts for the band, and then, you know, it takes a bit to find an engineer that you think you can work with well for as long as you need to, and so then, yeah, once you have the team in place, then, you know, it goes pretty quick, but there's a lot of money involved because you want to, you know, treat your musicians correctly. You have to pay for the recording, which takes a long time, and then the mixing and mastering is a whole other process that happens after, and that's why it takes so long to get out into the world. You know, it's frustrating, but there's just so many pieces that have to come together. So I mean, but for me, none of that happens without the songs. So, but yeah, I mean, there's so much. It's a headache from start to finish, but it's rewarding.
Yeah. How long did Everything Is Fine take you?
That took the writing was about a year's worth of songs, and then it took about 3 to 4 months to record everything, just because I was in a different part of the state than the engineer, so it was tough to get together as much as we wanted. So yeah, that was the recording and the mixing was about 4 months, and then the mastering was just another week or whatever, and then it took just a little bit longer to get physical copies made and all the other, you know, promotional bits together. So all together, like 6 months or so.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned that you kind of gather songs, or you write your music first, and then, you know, you think about the project. Right. So you typically write songs without like an overall theme, or how does that work for you?
You said I usually write without them or with one?
Yeah, do you write with a theme in mind? I mean, I know you say that you gather your music up first and then you know, concentrate on project. So, I mean, are you concentrating like beforehand without a theme? Like, how did Everything Is Fine come about? Is that something that you just had it in your mind and you're just like, okay, I'm just write a bunch of songs and, you know, go on this project, Everything Is Fine? Or you just wrote the music and then you kind of sat back and like, okay, this is how I feel, you know, about all this collection of feelings and emotion?
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I'm always writing songs, so they're always kind of piling up in their own way, but with this batch, there was a certain sound to a bunch of them that were coming out that I saw together, and there was a bit of there were a couple themes, I should say, the whole thing, and there was a lot of New York City in the songs, and there was a lot of, just anxiety, coming out in some of the songs, and it all fit together in this weird way that I didn't expect. And then the words, everything is fine, just came from a lyric, but I thought that was kind of a funny way to title the whole thing, because it's obviously everything's not fine, but but it was just, so I mean, the songs kind of spoke for themselves and go together, and how it came together. So there were like 13 songs we recorded, but then I realized that there were only like 10 that really should have gone together, so that's what it ended up being. So it was cool. It kind of happened organically.
Yeah.
At the end of it.
Okay. So this album, like, how deep are you getting into yourself on it? Like, is it super personal?
Yeah, I mean, some of it for sure is super personal. There's a lot of, but yeah, I mean, there are a couple songs that, I'm just calling myself out on and stuff that I do that I wish I didn't, and there's a lot, like, there's a song about waiting tables in there that is definitely personal, definitely a pretty real account of just what that can be like after college, and and there's a lot of, I tried to be honest in these songs and about myself, because when I was young, I was writing a lot about girls I liked but didn't like me back or whatever, and there's not much depth to those lyrics. So with these songs, I was trying to actually look at myself, look more inward, and kind of talk on that, as opposed to just talking about being upset about somebody leaving or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that might answer your question.
Yeah, it does. And that's cool, man, that you get personal on it, man. It kind of gives us a feel that we can get to know the real you, through your music. I always like that from artists. All right, so...
Okay, cool.
Oh, no problem, man. So this is album number 2. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, this is actually album 3.5.
Album 3.5. All right.
Yeah.
So, in comparison to your other releases, is this similar or different from what your fans have heard from you in the past, or is it just a continuation?
It is a continuation. It's definitely different from the past few. Just, if nothing, I mean, the songs, I feel like, I'm always trying to write better songs, but in terms of the production, there's a lot more going on in this batch that we kind of, like, I guess, took more risks. I think my past releases were a bit more safe in instrumentation and just overall song form. I think, and what I mean by that is just like the old albums would just have your acoustic guitar, your drums, your bass, maybe electric guitar, and not much more, and vocals. Yeah. And this one, we screwed around with a lot of different guitar effects. The vocals were very weird on some songs. It was a lot more electric, I guess. In simple terms. Just trying to kind of bend the rules I used to set for myself.
Yeah, I see what you're doing, man. With you, like you said, you're taking a sound and kind of reinventing it for your own usage, which is the folk genre, and it's probably going to evolve into something else. I don't know. You may even create something new. That'll be super cool.
Well, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, the whole folk. I mean, there was a whole folk revival, and I think that's just kind of tired now. And I don't know that the old tricks are catching people's ears anymore.
Yeah.
So it's kind of up to everyone to figure out what's going to be interesting next.
Yeah. What do you think it will take for a folk artist to break into the mainstream, in your opinion?
Well, if I knew that, I'd be there, maybe. But no, I mean, I think it's at this stage of the game. I think there's just got to be something new. Whether that's in your message or your sound, what kind of effects you're using, what kind of new techniques you're using, and then voices are huge now. It's like if your voice just sounds like everyone else, it's really hard to break into anything, because you just fit on a playlist, but you won't fit on your own.
Yeah.
So is that? I don't know. I don't really know the answer, but that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. Is that something that you want for your career? Hit mainstream?
Not. I'm not like dreaming of the mainstream. I think it'd be nice to make enough money to not have to work any other jobs.
Yeah.
And to not have to do and not have to play gigs that don't really do anything for you emotionally. But mainstream, just as a principle, I don't really desire it. But if that were to happen, great.
Yeah, come on, man. You got the look, you got the sound. I'm sure you'll hit it. Yeah,
it's tough. I don't expect. It's hard to expect anything now. So I'm just trying to write good songs.
Did you write the? I watched your music video. Did you write the direction for it?
The direction. I worked with a friend on it. I have a friend that went to film school at the same college I went to, and so he's. We both kind of just fed off each other, and he did some of that, and I did some of the directing for other parts. So. Yeah.
I thought it was very dope, man.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it's a little silly, but we had fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No doubt. So, for a folk artist, I imagine there's a huge difference between performing your songs live and recording them officially in a studio. So, when you're listening to your own music recorded, what is it that you're personally listening for?
That's a good question. Basically, I just try to take off any expectation I have for myself and just listen to it as if I'm just playing something off Spotify on my own time, and hoping that it hits me the same. Just I want it to just be listenable. I want it to not stand out as cheap or if it doesn't seem honest to me, that'll make itself apparent pretty quick. I just, I'm looking. I mean, yes, I'll be looking for the technicalities in the mix and everything like that. But I do want to just hear a song that sounds like it could stand on its own. And it's hard to do when you're listening to yourself. But that's pretty much it. It's just trying to get it to sound like the stuff you listen to normally.
All right. When you write, do you have the stage in mind? Like, when you're going through the process of pinning the song down, do you think about the live performance aspect of it?
When I'm writing, no, not really.
Really?
Yeah, no, it doesn't come till after. Because I'm just trying to get. I won't be happy with a song for a bit. I have to really get it right, and then once that happens, then I'll start to think about, okay, what can I do to make it more interesting in a live setting? But when I'm writing, I'm just zeroed in on the lyric and the melody, and just making sure it's what it can be.
All right, cool deal.
Yeah.
All right, so we are at the part of the show that everybody loves. It is called The Hot Seat. And our fans love this part of the segment, and of course along with the actual interview, but the audience gets to hear either some vocals, poem, maybe a spoken word, maybe Darryl can freestyle rap, tell us a joke, a story, real cool story, or maybe even whip out a live instrument. Well, you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight, and tonight we'll find out if they have what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of the true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talents. But for right now, we're going to catch our breaths, and we're going to play Darryl Rahn's music. We have Running Back, so we'll be right back.
I've been running in circles since the day I was born. never quite learned how to let things lie. When the world is rejoicing, I find a way to mourn. Never quite learned how to say goodbye. You think by now I'd have stuck to something new. Still it seems no matter what I do, I always come running back, running back, running back to you. I always come running back, running back, running back to you. Now you're calling me over, and we both know it's wrong, but enough will never be enough. When the party is dying down and the buzz is gone, I'll mistake my loneliness for love. But one day I will ditch these worn out shoes. Someday I will stand to face the truth. But now I come running back, running back, running back to you. I always come running back, running back, running back to you. I never know just what I want. I never use the time I've got. I held this hostage to my comforts. It's always so much harder than I thought to stop myself from running back, running back, running back to you. Running back, running back, running back to you. I always come running back, running back, running back to you. I always come running back, running back, running back to you. I always come running back, running back, running back to you. I always come running back, running back, running back to you.
And you are listening to the smooth sounds of Darryl Rahn, Running Back. Always wanted to say that. But yeah, man, that track is amazing. The arrangement was amazing. Darryl has such an amazing voice. If you haven't seen the music video, click on the link in the description of the show and it'll take you right to it. Hey, not right now, after the show, then you can click the link. Not just playing, you can do it now. You won't hurt my feelings. But yeah, I would like to see Darryl play live. I mean, that song is lit. Is that how you guys say it? Yeah, it was lit. And I could imagine wherever he's playing, there's 1,000 girls in the front just waving their hands in the air. And you know where girls are at? That's where I'm at. So yeah, Darryl, you need to make that happen. And dini-mussolini will be in the crowd. All right, so just because. Want to know a powerful way to get your point across? Want to know how to explain something so that your listeners or readers believe you? Simply use the word because. It's that simple. Oh yeah, on sale right now for free $99, the word because. Trust me. So our belief system is deeply rooted in a cause and effect mentality. As a result, everything you believe can be stated as a cause and effect. Think of something that you believe. Then add the word because to the end of it, and you'll always be able to come up with an answer. I believe taxes should be lower because. I believe a low-fat diet is healthy because. And now here's the interesting and useful part. Whenever you state something using the cause and effect pattern, people naturally tend to believe you. It is automatic conditioning. Oh yeah. And right now, if you call the line, you can get 2 because for the price of 1. That's right. I'm selling the word because today. I was just playing. A fascinating study was done in which social psychologists study behavior at a busy office copying machine where people usually had to stand in line to make copies. Oh, the horror. Participants went to the front of the line and asked if they could go ahead of everyone else to make copies. The study found out that when these people used the word because, as in, could I go ahead of you because I really need to make these copies? Got something to do, you know. The person at the front of the line let them go 86% of the time. Yeah, that's right, 86%. And when they didn't use the word because, they had a much lower success rate of only 23%. This is a powerful language pattern because it works. You say, Dini, was this thing really useful? You know, you usually really give good tips and, you know, stuff to help our life, improve our life. Was this really helpful? My answer to you is yes, it was, because I wrote it. Simple as that. All right, enough of that. Let's bring the man of the hour back. Darryl Rahn, you're now back live in the mix with all of us. You're now in our hot seat.
Cool.
What do you have for us?
So I get to pick?
Oh yeah, your choice.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can play you some guitar.
Nice.
I got it here. How long you want me to go?
Man, as long as you want.
All right, I'll play a little snippet of something new.
Awesome. Exclusive.
All right. Can you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right.
Very, very nice. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
So I have some questions for you from Google Hangout. Are you up for questions from the listeners?
Oh, I'm totally up for questions.
All right. Matt1218 wants to know, what's the best advice ever given to you?
Best advice ever given to me? That's a great question. That's a tough question for number one. Jeez. I would say, I guess, you know, such a tough question. I don't even know. There's been so much advice thrown at me, 23 years. But I guess just, you know, don't stop. I mean, you know, don't let other people's words get in your way. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. So, I mean, I think that's helped me more than anything.
Cool. Thank you.
And that's, you know, that's pretty dumb and cliche, but that's, you know, it means a lot. So.
Thanks, Matt, for the question. We have another question from Ashley. She wants to know, what's the first song that you ever sung?
First song I ever sung? I think it was Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nice.
That was like one of the first songs I learned. I really loved them back in the day. Man,
give us a sample of it. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, you wouldn't want a sample right now.
All right.
Anthony Kiedis does it better. Just leave it to him.
All right, Brittany wants to know, what is your favorite food?
Favorite food? I think I would have to say, like, pad thai. Pad thai is pretty great. Or just, cereal. Cereal's my go-to.
Which brand?
I'm big into Cinnamon Life, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good old standby.
Oh, yeah. All right. Sexy Tasha wants to know, do you have any other loves other than music?
Any other loves other than music? Yeah, I love reading. I love running. I love just writing, in journals, stuff like that. I love people, So there's a lot. I have a lot of other loves, but music is what I focus on most, I would say.
Awesome. She added one more. Your ultimate celebrity crush.
Ultimate celebrity crush. I think, geez, that's a good one. I would say, Shakira.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Any more questions from Google Hangout? You can also call. I know we don't call nowadays. Everybody's in a texting age.
Nobody calls.
Yeah. So we'll take the questions as they come. Oh, we got one more. Jesse wants to know, my fingers are uncoordinated. How long have you been playing the guitar?
I've been playing since I was about 10, so it's been about 13 years now. But don't worry about it. It comes with time. It's things that seem really foreign to your fingers will one day feel normal if you just keep doing it.
Okay.
So
oh,
cool.
Oh, go ahead, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I don't even know what I was going to say.
Man, you got all these girls sending questions in. Elizabeth wants to know, what is your typical day like for you?
Well, I try to get up really early every day and go for a run and then get back and do some writing for a couple hours, and then I have to go to work. And then I work until about 5 o'clock. Then I, whatever. If I'm not doing anything, I'll try to write some more in the evening, and then, otherwise, just go out with friends, do whatever happens in the evening. But yeah, it's a pretty normal day, sadly.
It's a sadly. All right, Josie wants to know, if you had to do this all over again, what would you do differently?
What's this?
I guess music.
If I had to do this all over again.
Yeah, she said music.
I think I don't know if I would do anything differently. I mean, it's just, I guess, maybe care a little bit less what people think at certain times. But no, I mean, I feel pretty good about everything that's happened. I mean, I'm not super successful or anything, but I've had a good time, and I've learned a lot from the past. So I don't know. I'm cool with the way it worked out.
Definitely. Awesome. Man, thank you for your time. At this particular moment, we like to offer our open floor. So, you get a chance to mention anything that I didn't bring up in the interview that you wanted to talk about. So go ahead and take this next moment to, talk about it. Make sure you give out those websites too.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I just released 2 songs yesterday that are brand new. And those are on Spotify and all that. You can find that at, just type in my name, DarrylRahn, and then you can You can find me on Instagram too, Instagram.com/Darryl Rahn Music. Facebook, same, Darryl Rahn Music. SoundCloud, Twitter, all that. It's just Darryl Rahn Music. And then DarrylRahn.com. But yeah, so I just put out 2 new songs, so if you want to check those out, they're out there. I released them on Newlywed Records.
Newlywed.
So, yeah.
All right. Is that your own label or independent?
No, it's an indie label. It's my friend actually started it a couple of years ago, and I grew up with him, and we reconnected and decided to put this stuff out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool deal. Man, thank you again. The incredible Darryl Rahn, everybody. If we had clapping sound effects, I will play them right now. Oh, man, you're more than welcome. And thank you guys for submitting the questions. I should hire you guys as writers, huh? Yeah. Good job.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or our website, which is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or send something for us to play, email it to theRadio@only1mediagroup.com. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay, but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, something you got to deal with. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, dini-mussolini, I appreciate you guys for tuning in either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. And also special thanks to our guests for joining us. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr. We are all over. Just connect with us and we do follow back. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely freaking great at just doing that. Peace.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.